Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent Givers. And we have Krista, nature mom and health extraordinaire.
Yay.
We're so glad you're here again. I think you need to have just an ongoing time with us because everything you talked about just is so informative.
I know. I love seeing y'all.
That's so fun. I love that y'all coordinated your tops.
Well, mine's like a mustard. Hers looks like orangey. Howdy.
It's mustard too. And it's
Okay.
and it's like finally feels like fall.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm bringing my fall colors out today.
Yes. I tend to bring mine out early to kind of manifest fall,
I've never tried that.
Yeah. I don't really adhere to all the rules. I just am like, this is what I want to wear today, so I'm going to wear it.
Yeah. I'm wearing white and you're not supposed to wear white. That's an old school rule.
Yeah, that's an old school rule. You can wear whatever you want is what I find to be true. Like, it does not matter anymore.
And thanks, ladies. You guys did your rain dance and we manifested all that rain. It's so nice.
I know. The ponds are down.
We did that rain dance so we could have water at the Frio, and then we got a bunch of hail damage on everybody's cars.
We did.
I know. I was lucky with coming the day after. I was like, yeah, okay. Saved my car. Oh yeah, that was amazing.
Oh my gosh! But we had water.
And it made for a really fun trip. Except everybody had to go back and do insurance claims.
I know. The early birds all had to go and do insurance claims. That's what you get for sometimes being an early bird.
That's what we learned is it's okay to show up late.
Exactly.
Okay, so we were going to talk about some nature mom rules because you are raising your kids to be nature lovers like yourself. And I chat GPT'd. I don't know how to say that. Chat GPT'd some ideas. So tell me if these things are what you think are true. So what the chat GPT did is it gave us like everyday rules, and then it broke it down to if you live in the city.
Oh.
So I thought the city ones were great, but we'll start with the first one. It says, make nature part of your everyday life. Treat the outdoors like a living room, not a destination. Then it says, teach by experience, not lecture. Let them climb trees, get muddy, skip rocks, and watch bugs. Create rituals in nature like weekend hikes, stargazing, beach cleanups, garden planting. Let nature be the teacher. They'll learn patience with gardening, courage for climbing, empathy for caring for animals, and awe for seeing a thunderstorm. Simplify and slow down. Fewer screens, less structured entertainment. Boredom outdoors leads to creativity and resilience. And 6, model stewardship. Recycle, compost, pick up trash, respect wildlife. But don't preach it, just show by doing. I think those are amazing things to live by if you're going to be a nature mom. What did you think of those?
Yeah, those are great. I love that outdoor is like not a destination. It's part of your living experience because I think that's so important. We are blessed to live in Austin where we have lots of access to green spaces just within the city. The green belt, Barton Creek green belt is so many access points and just right close to downtown. Not everyone is as fortunate, but there's always parks. So even if you don't have like a green belt close to you, you can at least go out into the green space. Like even when I was in New York City, I was impressed by like some of the parks.
The parks in New York are really beautiful if you can.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, and that's the thing is like to unwind, like walking out in nature and just observing, taking your kids on a walk, and a daily walk and just observing and just having them outside. I did that from the beginning. We would always take nightly walks around the neighborhood. Thankfully I have greenbelt behind my house that I can access, and so they spent a lot of time out there, but even around neighborhoods is great. And I always took them to the park. I mean, as the kids gotten older and busier with soccer and out we don't go to the park as much, but still, I mean, just having that outside time, because unfortunately the school system, they don't get enough.
I agree. I feel like they constantly are shortening that time over and over again. But I do think with the new PE being 4 times a week or 3 times a week in elementary schools, some elementary schools are having that most of their PE time is outside. So that kind of helps balance it more. I do wish that they really would adhere to the understanding that learning outside is as valuable as learning inside, and moving some of your learning opportunities outside is a great way for people to have that nature connection, if possible.
Definitely. Like I will say that, especially the movement with gardening, I know Zilker, that's very special, is like they really had that Jabo's garden, woo woo, and just it's amazing what they did, what Zilker as a whole created. I would go and eat my lunch out there. I miss it. Maybe I'll just show up and be like, hey, just using the garden. But I think in general, it would be amazing if that was like part of the curriculum requirement of having like managing a garden. I know a lot of schools, like even here at St. Elmo, there's a garden.
Yeah. Yes.
So
And
I
know classrooms make their own gardens for sure.
I know, and I think that that's really important. Is teaching, incorporating garden into like science lessons, and be like being outside during, just having more of that would be great too. And yeah, as a nature mom, we did always, Troy's really big also into nature. Like he can name everyone thought he was going to be like a biologist, but he is so good with like, he can identify trees, and he's into gardening. So we started that at, since the kids were little. So they've been immersed in gardening. But you can even have like a simple windowsill garden, and the kids get so excited when they see their seed grow into a plant. Jody, I know you're a teacher, and so you saw that, and it's like so amazing just to see. Like they get so happy when they actually see their flower or whatever, just even it sprouts. Like it's a whole nother experience for them.
I know. I always felt bad for the kids whose seeds didn't sprout. Well, that's like me.
But you know what? That's a learning experience. You just have like, it didn't happen this time.
Maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe you can watch your plants die like me every year.
Nature teaches you resilience.
It sure does. So, it does, right? So with so that was the nature thing, but here's what Chat GPT says if you live in a city.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so turn the city into a wild classroom. Micro nature walks, adopt a patch, keep a nature journal. So that I think that's a really great idea. Bring nature indoors, fill your home with plants, grow the windowsill gardens like you're saying. Keep nature gardens like rocks, pine cones, feathers, etc. Build a rhythm of outdoor time. Walk or bike instead of drive when possible. Make weekly rituals. Saturday park mornings, evening walks after dinner, Sunday sunset chat. Embrace all the weather. Don't let rain or cold cancel outdoor time. Teach There's no bad weather, only bad clothing. I agree with that. And then find urban hubs, visit city gardens, nature preserves, botanicals, and use weekends for deeper immersion. Make a habit of escaping the city, day trips to the lake, hike, and state parks. I think those are good things to remember. I always get frustrated when different, like the districts will say, you're not allowed to let your kids outside. It's too hot. It's like, why don't we teach them how to manage? Because a lot of those kids stay inside so much that they don't learn to acclimate to the weather,
I think as a country, we forgot how resilient children are.
Yes.
Or as a world, I don't know. But I feel like in Europe, like they have, I feel like they push more outside time in general than we do. But yeah, even when it's cold, like a blizzard, yes, or like a raining thunderstorm where it's dangerous, I think that those are exceptions. Or don't go out.
Earthquakes, hurricanes, I get that.
You guys just need to have better clothing in this hurricane, y'all.
Well, I think also if it's like a cold weather thing, having extra coats and hats and scarves and things like that kids can utilize, because some families do not, living in Texas, but it does get really cold in Austin. You'd be surprised.
Well, and I think it's really funny in Austin because it doesn't rain that much. When it rains, we're so ill-equipped. Everybody's walking around just people don't have umbrellas. They don't have a raincoat. We just because we don't. But we also like love the rain, so it's like, okay, I'll be out in the rain. I don't care. Let's go.
Like a wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah, I wear my kids. I would send them out as long as it's not like rain, but they go get wet and just like splash in puddles. And I think we need to give kids space to explore that. And like maybe not in school because they don't really have a change of clothes, but like at home, I think it's important. And like in the schools, I try to do some nature, like different sensory tasks a lot of times. And it's amazing. I feel like it's like the lack of just exposure to just different textures and just being outside, because I have kids, like we made slime this week and kids were literally like gagging from touching like something slimy. Like they're in such a clean environment all the time and they were literally like, and I'm like, it's just slime, it's fine, it's fun to explore. And so I think there's that nature deficit. There's a nature deficit disorder in our children.
Oh my gosh, you're tapping on something so real. Don't you think, Shelly? Like maybe a lot, I mean, not all, but maybe some of the sensory issues that kids are dealing with is that so much of their environment is so clean, or their parents are like, it's faster for me to do it than have you do it with me, or have you do it and make a mistake, or you do it and I have to clean it all up or something.
I have to tell you, it's like Coulter, definitely sensory seeker, and one of his first occupational therapists, did a lot of grounding work. He had to walk around outside with no shoes on, and one day she put peanut butter all over his body and rolled him through the backyard, and he came in and he just was like, "Mom," and I was just like, "What the holy hell? This is amazing."
That would work out.
Oh, it's so crazy. We have a picture. We have the picture of it, his body, and it was just like he needed it. And then after that, we would paint his body and do all these sticky things on his body to help, because he was such a seeker, and it really helped regulate his body, and it helped him find his voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
How powerful.
So powerful. So we love nature. That's one of I think all three of us share that love, and we always are like, I'd rather be outside than inside. I don't care about the weather and everything. It's one of the things I most admire about Krista. It's like she lives outside.
Yeah. Yes. Her living room is outside.
Yes. No, yeah. Me and Gertie. Yeah. Gertie
Yes.
say
Yeah.
therapist. I need to use correct.
That's a whole different thing.
So I know, right? Yes, I really do. I have to have outside time. And I wanted to say, like, even living in the city, admiring the awe, the sensation, like not forgetting that awe, like the nature awe, because even if you're not like, I'm spiritual, and if you're not real spiritual, that's okay. You can at least go and just look at a sunset, and just that research has shown that there's a calming effect from just being in the presence of awe, like beautiful sunset, sunrise. If you are depending on how the house is facing, Shelly gets amazing sunsets. I get the sunrises. So I don't know, what do you get, Jody?
We can get the sun. Well, we're kind of blocked on all sides, but if I walk up to the Hancock Bridge, I can get some beautiful things over there, and it's right next to our house. The sunrises or the sunsets, but I guess our sunrises are probably the best.
Yeah, up in Jody's room, the sunrise is pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's cute. And then I definitely get, as we put this longer horizontal window at the top above our bed, and then I love to see the moon outside of that, or the stars. It's really nice.
That's another awe-inspiring. It's just like going in moon, like the full moon, or even like how it is right now, fingernail. I call it a fingernail moon when it's like quarter.
Yeah.
I am concerned with the sensory issues I'm seeing in children. And I think kindergarten is moving more away from like the painting, the finger painting, the Play-Doh, all that texture, and they're moving more towards testing. And it's really concerning. And I just see more and more issues and regulation issues as we move more towards testing.
Well, when you move away from developmentally appropriate practices to just score-based, measures, then you're going to have more behaviors, more sensory issues, more social skills issues, more social time issues. And then when you don't allow people to have their playtime, then you're definitely going to have more of those meltdowns, situations like that. So,
well, we have to speak of this because y'all just brought it up. This is not a school issue. This is a legislative issue and is mandated by legislative areas. I understand different schools adopt it aggressively, but it also, families need to, hey, our school is very test driven, so I need to take it upon myself to make sure our family has nature time outside of school. And so I think that's critical to know, is like, yes, it's not just a school issue. Your kids, they're 6-7 hours a day. You have time to compensate at other times.
I think it's hard for families who, if the parents are working multiple jobs, or if the parents have other physical disabilities or mental disabilities, it can be very challenging for sure. But there are a lot of programs. We were just talking to someone from Macbeth. There's a lot of recreational places that they can take the bus from school and get some of that outside time. But I do think it's vital for them, just like you're saying. And yes, it is legislative, but I think the way that we can combat it, because legislators are not into child development or educators, they're generally not educators, but is to stand between evil and the innocent.
Just ignore what they're saying.
Yeah, I think that that's important. And it's kind of, I'm always like, what can I do? And I can control my own family. I just feel like, you're yelling fire, fire, and nobody's listening. And it's very, I mean, I would love to like find a way to take action. I've even thought about having like a play club, but it's like, you just don't have the time for that right now. But like, I have so many ideas on how to encourage like free play and like bring back the dangerous playgrounds.
Yeah, bring back those metal slides. Come on.
Some risk taking is important. And, all our playground is so safe, and it's like that kids don't learn. And even at school, they're not allowed to even touch a stick, and it's like, I mean, I guess I should not say that. That's not across the board. That's not across the board.
I agree with you. Whatever happened to the merry-go-round where one of your friends would get hit?
That's so much fun. And the seesaw.
Around. I'm going to put a petition out, y'all. Okay. I'm going to go door to door and back those merry-go-rounds. Like, there's one at like Circle C, but it's like in the ground and it's kind of lame. I think that it like over in Europe, I think it was in Switzerland. I don't know where it was, but there's a place in New York. It's like a destination for like more of like an adventure playground.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that kids need to have some rest, And I will say that one playground down by
Butler Park.
Yes. Now you can get high. So kids, I take that like that is great outdoor space. And in Austin, I think we just need to communicate how important being outside, having all the kids' senses stimulated as far as like that's what nature does instead of in a sterile classroom. And then at soccer practice or like extracurricular, you're only getting so much, but like having that free time to explore is so important. So you're right. Shelly and Jody, like I think that having after school, like funding after school programs is also really important for kids that don't have access for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And most of the low income communities in Austin are supported by like the University of Texas or community foundations, and they offer a lot of outside time as well with the University of Texas students. And so there's opportunities across the city. But I would love for you to come on and share any ideas anytime you think of them, Krista, because I think it is so critical. I kind of am like kind of looking at you as like Mel Robbins, like let them go outside. Let them go outside.
Yeah. When you do let them go outside, have boundaries, but I feel don't hover. Let them explore. And I have my kids since they were, and it's uncomfortable for the parent. I understand. You have that anxiety of like, I need to protect. But like, I let my kids walk to a park just down the street by themselves. I started doing that when like, I think when Ashton was in 3rd grade, and so, I think we need to look at like what's expected and like having them be able to, I feel like, the whole old school, like 1st grade requirements is walking home from school.
Yeah, no, agreed.
I feel like that gives the kids so much more power that they accomplish something when they were able to figure out things themselves, like independently. I was going to say something else. Oh, also the city of Austin has what's called, in the summertime, they have summer playground.
Right. The parks are open in the summer and they have caretakers who watch your kid. They make sure they have water to snack usually. And then I think they have access to bathrooms too. I think that the city bring a porta potty and then manage all that as well. So a lot of kids that are living these urban lives, they can get to a park and play while you're working. And then, but check your neighborhood parks and see which ones are available tonight.
I sent my kids to the one at Dick Nichols this summer. So Dick Nichols, they had it at Dick Nichols, and they had it at different parks. It was so awesome because, I mean, you had to pack your lunch, but they also provided swim lessons in the afternoon. Went swimming. They provided swim lessons free of charge. Like, they would go and work with the lifeguards. And then they had like games, like all types of, you know, they played dodgeball, and they played games, and then they played board games in the afternoon, and then they did karaoke. And so it was great to go outside. So I think, you know, the biggest complaint that I heard was like, sometimes there wasn't a lot of kids there, you know, not as many kids as like to make it fun. But Nora loved it, especially when you get those relationships. So I would send them like at least every day, or like at least half a day.
It's free
when they weren't doing camps.
Yeah.
And you just check in.
Yeah.
You sign a waiver.
You sign a waiver.
Well, I think the next year, I've never heard of this program, but I love it. And I want us to share more of these programs. I know they have a big scavenger hunt that they have all over the city. And, you know, throughout the year, they have it multiple times. And it's for families to kind of go and kind of geocache. Is like, you know,
oh yeah,
hey, we're, you know, they have those all over, and I think we should share these ideas more often so people know that they're available. I have to tell you, we just interviewed Mallory from Macbeth, and she moved here from Chicago, and she said the reason why is that she can be outside every single day.
Every day.
Living in Austin, and that is so true. And it's one of the things I love most about Austin is like, go outside. It's so beautiful. Yesterday I was like, I'm not coming inside until I'm ready to go to bed. It's just too beautiful outside, and the wind and everything. I was like, oh,
the wind,
magical. The
wind. Yeah, I would bring my students outside yesterday, and our stuff was like blowing everywhere. So I was like, oh, good. This is good. Go catch. I was like, get this now. Get this. They were following directions. We'll practice following directions.
You're like, met your IEP goals today. Good job.
That's where I feel the most comfortable. Like whenever I'm like, but I really feel like I know I was Nora's Girl Scout leader for like two years, and I was like pushing outside, like we do outside activities. But I did notice not everyone wanted that outside, and so a good way is that geocaching, because they don't feel like they're hiking. So it is kind of fun, is that geocaching. If you have kids that are like, no, I'm not hiking, I mean, you can at least, a scavenger hunt is fun, or just like finding something. And so it's just important to just be comfortable outside, because it is a life skill. Like, you're really missing out on what what we're meant to do. Like, we're meant to be part of nature. And the more we're disconnected from from nature, the more, like, you know, we're gonna have angst.
Yes.
Well, and how does I know one of the biggest things with depression, anxiety, stress, one of the first things it says is go for a walk. Go for a walk, go outside, change your location. And I know we're raising very anxious kids right now, and it's like, go outside. So I have to say, Krista, sweet little River came to the Halloween party, and he walked up and tapped me on the shoulder, on the elbow, and he was like, excuse me. And I turned around, and it made my day. I was like, he was so cute. He goes, I just wanted you to know I'm here. And I was like, are you going to go in the haunted trail? And he goes, yeah. And so then I went back and talked to the bachelor weekend that was happening at your house.
Yeah. Night. Yeah. I know. And he went into the haunted house. I really want to do that sometime. They loved it. They had so much fun. He came and told me the whole thing, and I thought that was good for him to like be brave enough because it sounded super creepy, but I love it. That sounds
creepy. It's very nature.
I know. I'm just like one that the girl from The Ring is like, she is what I'm scared of the most. Like I've had,
Yeah, part of it had she crawled across she crawled across the stage. It was so creepy.
I remember when that show came out, I had like I was living in Japan at the time, and I had 22-year-old boys, men. They asked me to walk with them to go take their trash out because they were afraid of. I mean, that was the creepiest show ever.
Agreed.
Yeah, I loved how like I feel like if you let your kid try something, be independent in that, it's gonna apply for independent and like a skill of going and checking the mail. That independence is gonna carry over through other areas of his life, or her life. I think that's important. And like I am most comfortable outside. That's why I'm always like, what can I do? Jody, what can we do? What can I do when I retire?
Look outside. Oh, you mean as a job? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things you could probably do at different parks and rec places, but I think you should go work at what is it? It's not West Cape Preserve because that's too far, but the one on 360.
That Wild Basin. Oh, I love it there.
And you could be just somebody who helps manage the trails and or you could be a docent, but I think managing the trails is great, or doing like tour guides for older people or whatever you choose. Anything with helping outside.
Yeah, I forgot about that, Shelly. I always forget about that area. Wild Basin is, it's amazing. Like, especially when you have water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always go after it rains. It's like, oh, we get to go to Wild Basin this week.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I would love to be like a temp worker in certain national parks. Like when I was in Yellowstone, I was already like talking to people of which company where I should interview, and they're like, okay, we'll see you when you retire in like 15 years. And I was like, all right, cool.
Well, you need to have a conversation with Colleen Borosco, and we need to bring her on because she is like running Coulter Bay and the Tetons now.
I know.
She runs it during the summer.
I know. I need to reach out because I'm like in awe. I'm like, whatever you're doing, that's what I want to do.
Agreed. All those bear videos, all those moose. I'm like, yes, please.
Yes.
I still haven't seen a moose. Like that was our goal in the summer. We were going to like moose sighting places, and you have to go early morning, or I think like early morning, but like where they like marshy areas, and so we were headed out saying, "Come on, moose, where are you?" Or mooses.
Yeah, we got our share of the moose when we were living in Jackson. So we were in Moran, and where all the moose hung out. We loved it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and they'll walk right up to your door.
They walked right up to our door. They followed Adrian down the street. It was awesome.
They're so tall. They're like taller than their legs are taller than your car.
Yeah.
It seems like fake.
It does. They look mechanical.
Yes, because they also do with such like what they're doing. Oh, it reminds me of the Star Wars creatures with the
yes.
Yeah, but
that's so funny.
We thought it was funny. They'd be in the middle of like mating season, and you'd see all these people going really close to them to take pictures, and we were like, not a good idea, guys.
No,
you gotta. That's one thing. You gotta respect nature.
That's the most important thing. You got to respect. You're in their house. You're in their house.
That's what I say about the ocean. And everybody's like, you know, because Shelly, we went to the ocean and I was doing a shark tracker because they were pretty active this summer. And like Shelly, because she'll go all the way out as far as she can. And then I'm like, do you see her bobbing out there? You know, and I was like, Shelly, there's a shark not that far from us. And you need to.
It was in Galveston and we were in Port A.
Well, looking at the map, it was like this far away.
There's a shark out there in that ocean somewhere. Shelly.
It's all the way over there.
It's not our house.
I'd be more worried about like jellyfish or whatever, gnat or whatever those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, I think that tourism of Yellowstone. What is it called? Tourist. The ones where it's like tourist of Yellowstone on Instagram. Shelly, that's the one I was going to tell you, where it shows like what not to do.
Oh, serious.
It's what?
Serious. No, then I mean, I don't know what the what you're talking about, but it's insane.
Like they make fun of like, please don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have it. They have a whole thing about people in Yellowstone, and they think like, oh, a buffalo is just a big fluffy cow that you can.
Yeah.
I think it's called Taurians. If you want some entertainment.
Okay, that's hilarious. Both.
Yeah. That's.
Well, go do your job. We love you so much.
Well,
Let's keep chatting. You're amazing.
get into the healthy living part, but I feel like we.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
That's okay. No, I love it. Love it. I could talk about nature all day.
Yeah.
I
We love you, Krista. Texas. Yeehaw.